everyone, and welcome to another video on my channel, on my view channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Warrior Cat 20 question tag. So let's get into it. You get to know some cool stuff about me that you might not have known before. Question 1, how did you get into Warriors? It's hard to exactly remember, but I do remember my best friend talking about the books. The only books that they had where I lived was the books in the public library, and it was the first 3 books of the Power of Free arc. I had no idea at this point that there was different arcs and super editions and novellas. I had no idea. So when I was reading these, it felt like there was something missing. While reading the 3 books, I felt like I should have known something. They kept talking about how Firestar was great, but they never told us why. And I'm like, should I know this? I feel like I should know this. I did my research alongside my friend, and I read the books in order ever since. Favorite arc? The other arcs are amazing, and all the arcs have their really good moments and scenes, but in my opinion, nothing can compare to the first arc. The characters were well developed, the world that they live in was set up well, and out of all the other arcs, it had the best story structure and knew where it was going, and that's why I love it. Favorite book? I have 3 main favorite books. First is Secrets. This is the book for me reading it where it went from kind of a fun little murder mystery with awesome world and fun characters and excitement to a dark, sad, heartwarming story. This is where the characters, I think this is the book where the characters really grow up. All of them. So you can see them mature. Cinderpelt gives up her warrior dreams in this book. Silver Stream dies, and Greystar believes ThunderClan at the end of the book. Tiger Star's secret is revealed in this book that he's a murderer. Blue Star finds out that our deputy betrayed her, and Fireheart becomes the deputy. This book went from Fireheart was a young warrior to a deputy, and I feel like it really matured. It's the book that really shows how dark warrior cats can be. Another one of my favorites was Long Shadows. I found it really interesting, discovering about the phrase ancient past in the tribe and seeing the relationship between Half Moon and Jade Feather. I really enjoyed it, and I was actually shocked when, the whole kind of came out. I'm like, oh my god, that's actually so cool. I never would have thought of that. And then, of course, the fire scene in Holly's grief with the whole leaf pool crow for everything. Oh my god, it was actually so good. I actually really enjoyed that book. And then The Last Hope, though, was probably my favorite out of the 3. It's probably my favorite out of the 3, out of all the books. Out of all the books in the series, it's probably my favorite. Because it holds my favorite scenes and holds so many good scenes. Ivy Pool confronting Hawkfrost, the scene where Holly tells Lineblaze she's not the 4th cat. Well, she declared, I'm not the 4th cat. To Firestar and Holly's death, it was so beautiful, and I loved it. Question 4, favorite Super Edition novella or manga? As much as I love Crooked Star's Promise and Blue Star's Prophecy, I feel like they focus too much on the storyline and how those 2 cats became leader rather than the characters themselves and their personal story. Tallstar's Revenge, however, doesn't make it about Tallstar becoming leader and doesn't focus on his path towards leadership. It makes it about self-discovery and his own personal identity. So this Super Edition makes me a heartworm every time seeing Jake and Tallstar's anger, ambitiousness, and it's definitely my favorite. Question 5, favorite clan? ThunderClan. As much as I love WindClan and its history, and I personally find myself in WindClan, I love running, I love the wind feeling, my element is wind. ThunderClan feels like a family to me. I know where everything is, all the dens and stuff. I know the cats that live there. Whenever I read about ThunderClan, I feel a sense of belonging. Because it's kind of where I grew up reading Warriors. As we read Warriors, we grew up in ThunderClan. And I don't know. ThunderClan's just my favorite. Question 6, favorite character? Cinderpelt. I'm actually going to make a video about her, so I won't go into too much detail, but she was such a great character. She has great character development, and she's also just a good person. And I just love her so much. Honestly, I've never met anyone that doesn't like Cinderpelt, so if you don't like Cinderpelt, comment down below, but also explain why, because I'm actually just curious to find out, why people might not like Cinderpelt. I'm not gonna judge you. Question 7, least favorite character. I don't actually dislike anyone that much. It used to be Breeze Pelt, but then Crowfeather's Trial came out, and it made me like him a little bit more, and I don't think I could dislike him after that. But it's just some characters that I feel about. I'm probably Roan Star and Darkstrike. Characters that just, I don't know how I feel about them. They're on my lower side. Question 8 is most aesthetically pleasing cat. It honestly depends on the design, but I always see Silverstream as really pretty. She was the first female that I really saw as pretty. Sandstorm as well. Those two she-cats I really saw as pretty. Spotleaf as well is definitely aesthetically pleasing with her spotches. But I also see a Squirrel and Leaf Pool, Squirrelflight and Leaf Pool as really pretty she-cats, and I love Squirrelflight's design, in my opinion. Question 9, favorite leader. Firestar for me personally. I feel like he makes good decisions and kept FunderClan stable. Blackstar also was a great leader because he was like I think he's the only Shadow Clan leader besides Tigerstar 2.0 in the main series books that really kept Shadow Clan together. Except when Soul came, but we don't talk about that. Tolstar was also a fair, wise, and good leader. Question 10, favorite villain. Broken Star was definitely the most threatening and hurtful. I found myself really actually kind of scared of what Broken Star could do. But Black Star, if he counts as a villain, was really dynamic and interesting. I mean, he does kind of count as a villain because he did kill Stonefur, which was like one of the good characters. But it was like interesting to read about him as he changed path from bad to good, and a really good leader. Question 11, favorite medicine cat. Again, Cinderpelt. But I do also like Jadehaver and Outerheart. I love them separately, and I also like them together. Jadehaver has good moments and scenes, but I can also really relate to Outerheart, and I enjoy reading about them, and their scenes together are actually just so funny sometimes. Question 12, overrated character. This is a hard one, because I don't actually find characters that overrated. Like, characters like Scourge and Maple Shade probably get a little bit more than I would thought they would, but, like, it's fine. Like, I understand why people like these characters. Maybe Ivy Pool. Don't get me wrong, I love Ivy Pool. Like, she's one of my favorites. But people have to realize that it wasn't all Dovewing's fault, and Ivy Pool did actually make a lot of bad decisions. Sure, it all turned out in the end, but I think the fandom has to kind of accept that it's not just Dovewing that's making all the bad decisions, but Ivy Pool herself did have a lot of flaws. 13, underrated character, Sorrowtail. She went through so much. She lost both of her parents, her brothers. She lost her mother and one of her brothers from a badger attack. She had her kids in a badger attack, and she lost 2 of her kids. 3 of her kids, actually. She lost 2 of them as apprentices and then 1 as a warrior. One of them happened why she wasn't alive, but still, she lost so much, and she's so underrated for how strong she is. 14, favorite minor character, White Wing, is such a sweetheart. She stayed an apprentice so Birchfall won't be alone. She protected the people she cared about, and she did anything for the ones she loved, and she's also so underrated. Honestly, she's the best mom. She actually cares about her kids, and it makes me happy. 15, favorite pairing. Squirrel and Brambleclaw are definitely my OTP. Their love, oh my god, to me is so pure. But also Sandstorm and Firestar, because their development is incredible. Honestly, I just love all the relationships that actually have development. Least favorite pairing, Tigerstar and Dovewing. I'm not a hater, I just don't really like them together. It just doesn't feel right for me. And also things like Ashfur and Scourge, I don't like. 17, favorite friendship. Cinderpelt and Firestar's friendship was so cute and heartfelt. I don't ship them though. But of course, Jake and Tolstar's friendship definitely was the goals. There are no words to say, but Jake and Tolstar's friendship is the best. Number 18, favorite moment. Oh my god, there's so many, so many. But I think when Lionblaze in The Last Hope is trying to convince Hollyleaf that she might be the 4th cat in, like, the prophecy, but then Hollyleaf was like, no, I know my place. Like, if I do have a destiny, it's to protect you guys. And she tells Lionblaze that I'm just an ordinary warrior, and I can do things that any warrior can do. And it's so sad, I actually nearly cried reading it, because Hollyleaf is like, I killed a cat, remember? I'm not part of the prophecy, I can't be, I killed a cat. And, it's so good. 19, tragic death. Cinderpelt was the first death I cried at. Not only because she's my favorite, but because she knew her fate and accepted it. But another death that was found really tragic was Firestar's, because I actually was surprised and actually found it really sad, like, going for his lives, and the way Sandstorm choked when she found out that Spotleaf gave him love, and it's so good. 20, favorite battle, The Last Hope. It was so full of action and suspense and the character development and the way, like, Brambleclaw said to Squirrel fight beside me, and she's like, always, yeah, we are always together even though we're apart. Anyways, thank you for watching. I had fun making this video. I had fun talking about my thoughts. So yeah, subscribe if you want, like if you want, do whatever you want. But I'm going to be making more Warrior Cat content probably once every week. So see ya.